Right. We now move on to item 11, which is the panel report, not on Freedom Camping, but on the proposed new waste management and minimisation bylaw. And this is, we've had it before us before. It went out to consultation. The panel has taken into account what was said during that process of consultation, and there are some changes that have been made. So I welcome our officers to the table, led by Paul Wilson, and I'll invite Councillor Linda Cooper to introduce the recommendations.
Palaver, I haven't got the notes, but I guess I just commend this report to you. Again, Councillor Cooper, Pulse, Councillor Wayne Walker, myself and Member Glenn Wilcox were on this panel. Oh, look, thank you. Aren't they wonderful? So, so we met, the statement of proposal went out in May for public consultation. And really what this bylaw aims to do is to help reflect our waste minimisation plan. And so what did we get? Public notifications, we had 529 people and organisations. That's almost 4 times in more submissions in 2012. And we had 8 local boards provided input to the panel. And we had some very passionate people, and thank goodness people take an interest in this, because it is part of our contribution to our climate change response. And so it's been really good. So we deliberated and had our public feedback from the local board post-submission. We've taken that on board now, so all local boards will get the submissions before they get to feedback to any panel. Our recommendations are summarised in Table 1 of the report in Attachment A, and all of these recommendations support every document we've got, basically. It is just a way to implement all of our policies and plans around this area. So I think I just commend it to you. I'm happy to move it, and Councillor Hulse will second.
Okay. Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there anything officers want to add to it? I think it's all pretty straightforward, but there's a chance for questions. If there are no questions, comments, Councillor Wayne Walker.
Sure. So I was on the panel. I think I know, I'm allowed to speak too. There we are. I thought the panel did a good job. I'd like to acknowledge the officers and also the members of the public, especially those representing particular groups that submitted. I think the panel listened, and I would suggest that we've got a more permissive regime in the sense that it is going to encourage people to compost, either as individuals on their properties or as groups, and it acknowledges that in many instances people need to actually bring material in, because composting as a process requires a cubic mass if you're going to generate the heat for decomposition and the like. So composting in many instances can be a communal activity, and I certainly think that we're going to have a quantum shift to more composting and worm farming on the part of the community, because it is one of the things that an individual or a group can do to take control. And certainly the message that came across to me on the panel from people submitting is they want to take control, and they want it to be encouraged and allowed to do that, and this bylaw does that. The other thing that the bylaw does is that it deals with the issue where we've got more people living in apartments and more circumstances where we've got businesses that need to collaborate to deal with waste, because waste, as I mentioned, is a collaborative process. So I think we've come up with something pretty good. I certainly support it.
Thank you very much. If there are no other comments, it's nice to have a degree of consensus around the table today. It's refreshing. I'll put the recommendations collectively. All those in favour say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. Carried. We come now to item number 12. That's simply an open process report. We will be dealing with, it's to do with the Conduct Review Independent Panel and the appointment to that panel will be in confidential session to protect the privacy of the individuals concerned until we've made that decision. So I will move item number 12. Do I have a seconder for that? Deputy Mayor Cashmore. If there are no questions or comments at this point, I will put that resolution. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no, carried. Item number 13 is a summary of our governing body information memoranda and briefing. Again, it's information only report. I'll move accordingly. Seconded by, who wants their name on the minutes? Sorry. Okay. Seconded by Councillor Walker, and a question. We don't generally have questions because we have no officers here, but it's information only.
Okay, well, I just wanted to, you might even do other ones.
I don't, yeah, but I probably won't want to set a precedent that, you know, I mean, if there's something that you want to raise and it's obviously a genuine matter to you, if you can raise that offline with the officer concerned. But if it's something to do with my responsibility, I'm happy to answer. Okay, so we'll put that resolution. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no, carried. I would like now to move that we exclude the public for item C1 on the basis that it contains personal information about potential appointees. Seconded again, you're very quick off the mark today, Councillor Walker. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no.